Survivor AI in Left 4 Dead 2 is bad. Really bad. Over the course of this game's lifespan, there have been updates that improve them. Despite this, the bots are still awful. So naturally, the community has gone to work and released add-ons that improved upon them. Notable ones being improved bots, competitive bots, and advanced AI. The bots were a lot better, but there was still room for improvement. Some mods actually made the bots worse because they forced them to pick up melee weapons even though they suck with them. The only other way to improve the AI was by using plugins. Having both plugins and add-ons completely transform the Survivor AI into reliable teammates that can sometimes be better than people you play with online. However, even with all of these mods, the bots still had so much room for improvement. Enter L4 Bots 2. This is the best bot add-on in the workshop, hands down. L4 Bots 2 improves the Survivor AI in every way imaginable. The goal of this add-on is to make the bots as human-like as possible, and I agree with that. I've never wanted the bots to be overpowered, just consistent, helpful, and competent AI that can hold their own, and this mod provides that and some. The bots with this add-on can use defibrillators, upgrade packs, pour gas cans, throw grenades, lead the way, type in chat, and so much more.
I'll tell you what.
This add-on has a goal, and it achieves it. It is just so impressive that this is just a workshop add-on and not a plugin. I don't really want to repeat myself too much since I already made a video on L4 Bots 1, but everything the bots could do in that add-on has been improved upon with this add-on. The problem with L4 Bots 1 was that the AI was more intelligent, but not really skillful, meaning the bots' overall DPS was still pretty bad, and they could easily be pounced or overwhelmed. To fix that issue, I recommended people to install competitive bots, which at the time was the best bot add-on to improve the AI skill level in my opinion. Even then, the bots still had one fatal flaw that has always kept them from being at their maximum potential, and that is multitasking.
What?
Whenever you order a bot to do something, they will do it at the cost of defending themselves, and if you're playing on expert, they're gonna go down instantly.
Fight back, nigga! Fight back, nigga!
Don't get me wrong, it is really cool that the AI can go around the map and collect gas cans to bring to the generator, but doing this never works on expert because the AI just refuses to shoot or shove at all. It's like they hyper focus on their objective without thinking about themselves at all, and doing two things at once is just not in their vocabulary it seems. With L4 Bots 2, this issue is fixed because of this one setting right here, manual attack. Out of all of the improvements this add-on has over the last one, I think these 4 settings have the biggest impact. What they do is drastically improve the bot's damage output and forces them to shoot while they are performing tasks. You no longer need to worry about the bots that are leading the way or scavenging gas cans. This was a huge improvement. They didn't feel like pets anymore. It felt like they were independent and more useful than ever before. There are other improvements, such as the AI being able to dead stop hunters and jockeys, have weapon and item preferences, better pathing thanks to the nav fixes mod. Compared to L4 Bots 1, this is a major upgrade in every way. I feel like one of the best parts of this add-on is the accessibility. Anybody that plays Left 4 Dead 2 by themselves on PC should have it. The add-on doesn't require any plugins, it doesn't require competitive bots to back it up like Left 4 Bots 1 did. All you need is the add-on itself, the requirements, and Eon's vocalizer. And you might need Notepad++, but installing that is very simple. And I'll show you how to when I talk about the customization this add-on has. Even if you couldn't understand a few things, there are video tutorials that explain how the add-on works and how to customize it. There are also many useful links that lead to additional information, so if you want to know what each setting does, there it is. None of this is required because the base add-on works well enough, but it's definitely in your best interest to learn about it because the bots can be a lot better than the default settings, which brings me to the customization. Just like L4 Bots 1, the add-on is highly customizable, except now there are way more options. The default settings are good enough, but the bot's full potential is not realized if you stick to it. So if you're interested, I'm gonna go over what I think are the best settings to get the most out of the AI without them being overpowered. Go to your Steam library, right click Left 4 Dead 2, and then click Properties. Click Installed Files, and then Browse. Open Left 4 Dead 2, and then EMS. If the EMS folder isn't there, open a map and then quit. It should be there now. Open L4Bots 2 and then CFG. Here you can find everything that can be adjusted. Open the weapons folder. This is where you can change every bot's weapon and item preferences. Open any of the text files and
Oh my goodness!
if this is the first thing you see, you unfortunately need to install Notepad++. Click on the link in the description. Download the latest version, which is 8.7 for me. Open the installer. Hit yes. Choose your language and then click OK. Next. I agree. Choose a different destination if you want, then hit next. Ignore this and hit next. Install. Once that's done, you should be able to right click on the text file and edit with Notepad++. All you need to do is delete that null icon. Right click the file and save. Now open the text file with Notepad and voila. The very left are the weapons and items that the AI will prioritize the most. As you can see, I completely deleted every melee weapon and had every bot prioritize the Magnum and AK-47. Except for Coach and Francis. I prioritized them to use auto shotguns because they like shotguns. Zoe and Ellis canonically like sniper rifles, but the bots suck with them, so I'd rather just have them use assault rifles. With the throwables, I have 2 bots picking up bottle jars and the other 2 picking up Molotovs. For example, with the L4D2 survivors, Bill and Francis prioritized Molotovs, while Zoe and Lewis prioritized Boomobiles. The reason I do this is because of Infinite Hordes and Boss Infected. Pipe bombs are good, but not as useful as bottle jars. First aid kits should be top priority with every bot. I make every bot prioritize pills over adrenaline because they benefit way more from the instant 50 health. And finally, I allow the AI to pick up tier 3 weapons over tier 1, but not over tier 2. These are just my preferences, you can adjust these however you want. Next is the Convoys text file. I think all I added were these 2 lines. SB sidestep for Horde 0 will prevent the bots from walking in front of you during a horde, and SB proximity range 9999 will prevent the bots from teleporting to you while they are waiting at their current position. When you order the bots to wait and go too far ahead, they'll for some reason teleport to you and then run back to their waiting position only to teleport to you again, which is incredibly annoying. This setting will completely fix that. You can add more lines if you want, but I think it's unnecessary to do that. Items to avoid should be left at default. Next we have settings, and holy moly there are a lot of them. You even have setting files for specific maps and difficulties. Keep that in mind while you're adjusting the settings. Honestly, there are just way too many lines to explain, and there is already a link that explains all of them, so I'm just gonna go over the most important ones. First of all, I completely disable every chat setting the bots have. I mean, it's funny to see them typing BG or GG, but I much prefer them to
Shut up!
They're bots, not humans. Let's not get it twisted.
Are you sure about that?
Also, I think it's unnecessary to know when the bots find an item. Change close safe room door to 0. Trust me, you do not want this to be enabled. Just use the vanilla AI. They'll still close the safe room door once everyone is inside. Next are these 3 settings. I changed these all to 0 because the bots moving around like this can get chaotic and out of control. The AI is way more predictable if they aren't purposely trying to dodge these things. It sounds good on paper, but in execution it's messy and unreliable. Heal force should be set to 1. When a bot is healing, they need to heal, not interrupt themselves. This is especially useful in survival. Make sure load convoys is set to 1. Now this is a big one. Earlier I was talking about manual attack. The skill level and range the bots can shoot at can be increased if you really want them to be overpowered. However, I would recommend keeping these settings at default, even if you are playing on expert realism. If you change the skill level from 1 to 3, the AI will start doing everything for you. They will have pixel perfect accuracy and gun down infected before you can even shoot them yourself. There is only one setting that I would change. Manual attack always should be set to 1. This will drastically improve the AI's damage output, which is really important if you're playing on expert realism or survival. As long as everything else is at default, the damage the AI does is still very good without it being overpowered. Orders no Q should be set to 1. This will make a bot immediately do whatever order you give them, even if they are in the middle of doing something else. which makes them more reliable and predictable. Pickup's max separation should be set to 1000. If you go too high, the AI will sometimes get stuck trying to pick up an item that is out of reach. Shove dead stop chance will determine the likelihood of bots shoving hunters and jockeys. I like to keep this at 70% because it'll be a little too overpowered if the AI can never be pounced. Throw Molotov 0, throw Vomit Jar 0, but throw Pipe Bomb can remain at 1. There is a risk when the AI throws bottle jars or Molotovs, but Pipe Bombs are risk-free and the AI does a decent job at utilizing them. That's it for settings. There are other lines I changed, but they're not as important, and if you really want them, I'll leave a comment showing all of the lines I have. Just copy and paste them to yours. Remember to adjust the settings impossible file as well. All this file does is apply specific settings to expert difficulty. By default, manual attack skill is set to 3, but I would still recommend putting this at 1. Trust me, expert would become way too easy and pretty much trivial if this is higher than 1. Even on 1, it's still almost too good, but it is the lowest you can go. And I'd rather take this over the damage output the bots usually do, which is bad. Those are all of the customization options. It's just insane to me how much this add-on can be adjusted. The mod is designed to make the bots act more like humans, but any player can adjust the AI to be whatever they want them to be.
It was perfect.
I think it's safe to say that the AI is the best they've ever been. To be honest, I don't think the bots can get much better than this. Sure, you could still improve them a little bit, like how the AI handles ladders. Maybe this add-on can somehow prevent them from letting go and falling to their deaths.
This is getting serious.
Also, the bots still do not handle fire very well. They'll still walk into it even after they've done it multiple times.
And another thing,
the AI can still accidentally shoot white barrels, which can either result in death or a lot of damage. The bots will never be perfect, but that's not the point. I'm not looking for perfection. Before this add-on, I had no idea the bots could be this good. And honestly, I think I'm satisfied. Left 4 Bots 2 is the pinnacle of bot add-ons. I've spent over half of my hours playing Left 4 Dead 2 on my own with the bots. I've experienced it all, experimented with so many mods, and none come remotely close to this one. I cannot believe that there are no videos on this platform talking about this add-on, despite being out for over a year. A mod like this, that has so much customization, guides, links, and improvements, deserves recognition. I was among the first to install Left 4 Bots 1. At the time, I was blown away just how much the AI can do. So much so that I've made a whole video on it and mentioned it a few times during my phase of playing every custom map in the workshop. The bots no longer feel like a responsibility. Now they've graduated to reliable teammates that are better than humans. I'm serious. The game is easier playing by yourself with this add-on than if you were to play with random people online. Workshop add-ons have come so far over the past couple of years. Things that used to be plugins, now a workshop add-on. I'm grateful for all of these modders keeping the game alive. And thank you to the mod creator for transforming the bots into something that I could have never imagined.